From the high plains of the Midwest, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever your time zone might be. My nod to the late and great Art Bell. I'm Keith Sharp.
And I'm G. Dressel.
And we welcome you to Life After Life, a paranormal webcast where we talk about the paranormal, UFOs, or the unexplained. And the biggest question of them all, what happens when we die? Stay tuned. Well, hello, everybody. Tip my hat to you. Hey, thanks.
So happy.
Yeah, it's nice to be back again, although we're not doing like our regular show. I'm just kind of updating people what went on, where we've been for 2 months. We actually went back in time.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And now we're millionaires.
Yeah, that's why I have this incredible neck tattoo. I'm just
exactly. No, so I just wanted to update you guys. I think some of you knew I was having some health problems there for since about March with just having this horrible pain on my side. And thinking it was kidney stones, in fact, after that show we did with Kelly,
so incredible.
I don't know if you guys saw the look. Even my forearms were sweating. Went to the ER like right after that show. And
yep, I remember I had to hit her up. I was like, dude, Keith. She
said,
thank you. And I was like, well, he's in the hospital.
And she goes, oh my God.
Yeah.
But we made it through it. And then we did the girl about the AI.
Mm-hmm.
And then our last interview was the past regression.
Yeah, Dr. Kowalski.
Very good. Yes. So anyway,
which was interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, so this was it was very interesting, very painful. This has been going on since March. So there was a few times, when I was on air that I probably shouldn't have been. And
towards the end, the tail end there.
Yeah, towards the tail end. So I'm thinking it's kidney stones. I've passed kidney stones before. I know what they feel like. And went to the ER, CT, no kidney stones. And as little kids coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was it?
Happened again.
Yeah, 5 days later, same thing. Boom. I mean, this pain is like 10 plus pain. It was crippling pain.
Yeah, Taylor was like there, I think, one day. She was scared.
Yeah. Because we tried to do a family movie night. Like, hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
You want to come and say hi?
Oh, it's childproof. I don't know.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. The wonder of grandkids.
Oh yeah.
But so I went 2 times, and I remember telling my wife, like, okay, the radiologist made a mistake.
For sure.
There is kidney stones. It felt like this is kidney stones. So then I go, pain kind of goes away. The pain was coming off and on. Like I'd have 3 days of pain, then I wouldn't have any pain. And so then it hit me again a third time. And it was balls to the wall.
Right.
Went to the ER again. Even the ER doc or one of the docs said, "Oh, you've had 2 CTs. I don't want to give you too much radiation."
Yeah.
And they basically
throw you some morphine.
Yeah, they didn't know what it was.
And that didn't even work though. That's how bad the pain was.
And I think I shared with everybody. They gave me 2 doses of fentanyl.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
1 dose of. I got two fentanyls and 1 dose of morphine. Hey guys,
go away.
Taylor's out there too. So yeah, and that, man, Garrett, I still, even after 2 fentanyl morphine, I still have pain.
Yeah, and that's when I think you're like, okay, there's something else going on here.
Right. So, it kept getting worse, and so my doctor wrote me a prescription. We thought maybe it's diverticulitis, so she gives me a prescription. I take it. 2 days later,
antibiotic, boom,
I have no pain. I'm like, hey,
hallelujah,
we figured it out, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote her. We're on this little. You can talk to our doctors by portal, and so I said, hey,
you're the best.
You're the best. Thanks a lot. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And so off I go, and 14 days later,
half a month,
it came back with a vengeance. And I thought, you got to be effing kidding me. The pain again, guys, it was 10 plus. It was, I've had kidney stones and that's what it felt like, but it was little bit even more than a kidney stone,
Nuts.
where I couldn't get comfortable. Sitting was excruciating. Sitting on the side of the bed, and
When you're a therapist, I think,
right,
so you're like when you were working a lot,
right. So it kind of, even when it came back, it kind of went off and on, and then I went to work, and I remember it was July 20th, and I was there for no more than an hour, and I was just
Can't do
like
it. Yeah.
in tears. I'm trying to drive home. I'm 20 minutes away, which I know it's not a long time, but it is when your back is just,
Right.
and I'm trying to get comfortable. I get home, and luckily Pam, she had worked the night before, so she was off. I just came home. I threw myself on the bed, and I go, I'm done. I don't know what to do. We can't go to the ER because they're going to tell us the same thing. Bills are piling up. My ER bills are piling up.
Right.
And so finally, I'm just laying in bed.
Gotta get
and the
some
only way
tests.
I could get, hey Tara, and hi Drew. If you guys are in the chat, man, say hi. Been a long time. Sorry.
Seriously.
Yeah, and that's something before I go on anymore. Hey guys, thank you so much for being patient with us. And here in a minute, I'm going to ask you to be a little more patient. But so anyway, so guys, basically, my wife just grabs my phone. She basically talks to my boss. Said, "Look, he's going on medical leave,
Right.
and if he doesn't qualify for medical leave, he's staying home anyway."
What's up, Scott?
Yeah. And so then she got a hold of my doctor immediately, and that was hard just to get in to see her.
Right.
So I had to wait 2 or 3 days. Again, so now the thing is, where I told you I had a day or two of where I'm not kind of hurting.
Right.
This was constant.
Yep. Every day.
It was every single day.
Moment,
and the only way I could get any.
And you're into August now.
Yeah. And we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The only way I could get relief, guys, if I was laying in bed. So I kid you not, I laid on my back for 2 months. And my depression, and I'll share this with you, man, my depression went through the roof. I kept thinking, what if we never figure this thing out? I've been to the ER 3 times. These doctors
can't. You had time to think, right? Because
Hey,
you're
Scott,
in pain.
Yeah. So I watched, binge watch My Cat from Hell. Saw all 11 episodes. Or not 11 episodes, all 11 seasons.
Whoa, that's incredible.
And but man, I've had depression before. And I think I shared that with you guys before. I take medication for it. But this ramped my depression through the roof. I mean, I think had I been a single guy, I think I would have done myself in. Because there's nothing more, the only time I got up was to go to the bathroom. And that was painful, just standing up, walking. And it was just, the pain would vibrate from my back all the way to the front when I stood up. And if I sit down, it was, oh my God, I can't explain it. But when I laid down, it got better. And so I started, and believe me, guys, I Googled, I'm almost an MD now. I was Googling
Doctor shop.
Every symptom, man. I was putting in every symptom I had. And I was coming
up. Which is
up,
also a nightmare.
Yeah, which I kept coming up with mainly kidney disease, kidney failure,
end of the world,
kidney stones, gallstones. And, after they read my CTs, they were saying, well, you don't have any of that.
You're good, yeah.
Your gallbladder looks fine. Your liver looks good. That was another thing. My dad died from bladder cancer, and bladder cancer, believe it or not, is almost the same symptoms of what I had. So I'm laying in, I'm looking at Pam. I'm like, I think I got bladder cancer.
Yeah. She's like, put your phone down.
Yeah, Pam was like, I'm taking that damn phone from you. Because you do, you come.
Yeah, for sure. You have time.
And I know what it means when people say, and I've told you this, being alone in your thoughts isn't good.
Right, for sure.
Because that's all you're thinking about, and you're thinking about the worst thing that it could be. I seriously, at one point, guys, thought I had liver cancer or something like that, or bladder cancer, or this was a cancer. And I thought,
well, you weren't getting any answers, so
I was getting none.
Yeah,
absolutely none. So I met with my doctor. Finally got in to see her, and now I got to tell this story. She goes, see a chiropractor.
Oh, yeah.
So I go, okay, what the hell?
Yeah, because
at this point, I'm starting to think, okay, hey, That's
Hey!
Pam saying borrowing trouble, and she's absolutely right. And what she means by that is I kept looking at things that were all negative. And like I said, there'd be times when Pam's at work, I'm by myself, I'm just laying there, I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm dying. And Pam would always say, hey, honey, you're borrowing trouble. And she's right.
Absolutely.
So I got into the cat kick with watching Jackson Galaxy and trying to take my mind off that stuff. And it did help. And I made a better relationship with the cat.
That's great.
So anyway,
hard to do.
so I'm sorry. I'm trying to, we got pizza waiting for us. So I'll try to get through this and let you guys, I'm getting to it though. Okay. So she goes, see a chiropractor. And I had thought about that. I thought, well, this could be a nerve or something that's pinched, because
get in there and work it out.
I've been lifting people for 27 years as a therapist. And I thought, you know what? I probably jacked my back out.
For sure.
And I thought that's possible. So I go see this chiropractor. He shoots all these x-rays and he's like, well, you have whiplash. I'm like, yeah, right. He goes, but we'll work on that later. I'm like, I don't have whiplash. So he goes, well, go ahead and get on the tape. And I'm hurting, right? And I'm like, and I'm real like, I don't know. Once you push it on my back, let's just consult a little bit of what our plan is. And he did. He goes, I'm going to study. He goes, I want you to know I'm really invested in this. I'm going to study your x-rays. And this guy came highly recommended. In fact, Dr. Thompson's family sees this guy.
Cool.
So he goes, go ahead and understand. And I go, Doc, I can't lay flat. It really hurt. But I did what I could. So he pushes. I hear this loud pop in my rib, guys, not my back. I feel it in my rib. And it sounded like someone took a branch and went, and I get up and I'm going, I'm like, is this normal, doctor? And he's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, that's good. He thought it was my back, I think. I said, dude,
he's probably like, got it.
Yeah. I said, dude, my rib feel like it just broke. And he goes, no, I've been doing adjustments I've done
40 years, young man.
He actually said I've done 1 million adjustments. I've never broke a rib. Okay.
All right.
So I thought he goes,
really felt like it.
But yeah, because I've broken ribs and it feels like when you take a breath,
for sure,
it hurts. So when I took a breath, if I coughed, getting out of bed, I had to do this certain procedure where I had to kind of roll, grab my end table to pull myself up. Okay, now I'm in the sitting position. I'm like, God damn it.
Dude.
Because now my back and my ribs hurting.
Well, we called you on the way home from Florida and you told us, and I remember Cass being like, what in the world? Like freaking out. We came over to see you and you sneezed and we're like, duh.
Yeah. Oh, and get this. I got the case of the hiccups, guys, to make it even better.
You had hiccups.
Yeah, and hiccup felt like someone just like taking an ice pick going,
You're like carrying on a conversation.
Yeah.
God, dude. I'm sorry, Keith.
No, I can laugh about it. Well, I mean, we'll get that. But anyway, so I thought, man, I think this is broke. So I went to an urgent care. I said, shoot an x-ray of me. So they shot an x-ray. Doctor comes back in. She goes, it looks broke to me.
Oh, it's broke.
That's what and I'm going, are you serious? And she goes, yeah. She goes, it looks like it's kind of, it looks kind of separated. And so I thought, oh, great.
This is Keith.
So I go back to the chiropractor. Yeah, me doing this is my luck, right? So I stupidly go back to the chiropractor, and he's like, there's no way your rib's broken, and man, you know what? Because I told him, I said, look, I want my money back. I paid $600 out of my pocket for all these x-rays and for treatment. And he's going, oh, your rib's not broken. I talked to the girl at the desk going, hey, this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Whether it broke or not, I should not have anything pop.
Yeah.
So anyway, go back to my other doctor. She said, let's do some lumbar x-rays. So they did the lumbar x-rays. And then they did, no, I take it back. I'm sorry, rib x-rays. Because I wanted a good rate. I mean,
for sure.
Basically, I wanted
to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the radiologist didn't read it. It was just the doc.
Oh, it's broke.
It was the PA in there, and she said it was broke. Well, turned out, long story short, it wasn't broke.
It ain't broke.
It wasn't even, and it showed there wasn't even a healing fracture.
But you're right. Like, regardless, he popped the shit out of it, and you're like in pain.
I'm guessing what I heard was cartilage.
Ooh.
It had to been.
Dude, that sounds so bad.
But
though.
guys,
Think about what you just said.
Guys, I know. It had to have been, well, and he even made that comment, Garrett, when I was there. He goes, well, it could have been cartilage. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound good either.
I love the idea of him just popping the shit out of your back and you being in excruciating pain, him and be like, I did it again. Million and one.
Yeah.
Million and one just fixed.
Yeah, it's horrible. It was horrible.
Broke my rib, man.
Broke my rib. So now, to make things worse, I'm thinking, and he tells me, he goes, what I'm worried about, he said, I didn't push that hard, and he didn't. And he goes, why did your bone break that quick or easy? He goes, we need to maybe look at something else. Maybe your bones are brittle or something. I'm like, great, I got bone cancer now. So now I'm thinking, so bone cancer is going through my mind
bones.
now. Going, great, brittle bones. I got
brittle bones.
Well, he tells me this
up back.
I don't know if I told you this. He tells me this story right after he says there may be another problem. He goes, I had this guy in here. He goes, I was doing a shoulder manipulation. He goes, man, I just felt like it was crumbling or cracking or something. He goes, well, the guy's shoulder was sure enough full of cancer. And he goes, and so he goes, I basically, he said, I crushed the shoulder. And then he said, it was just bone crumbs from the cancer. So he's planning that in my mind. I leave here thinking, I've got bone cancer.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
So, and to get in to see doctors, my God in heaven, guys. Like that's why it's taking so long for me to get, because it's like, okay, we're going to see the specialist. Well, it's going to, sorry, but it's going to be a month and a half where you can get in.
The old army saying you got to hurry up and wait.
That's all it was.
Hurry up and wait.
So now I'm going, great, I got bone cancer. That's it. That's what
they're like, I think we've got it figured out. We can tell you in 3 weeks when you see this person. And then you get that person like, well, I think we're close to figuring it out. If you go see this person,
and what an
6 months later,
and what an irresponsible thing to say.
Yeah,
to a patient, right? I'm like, don't tell me that.
Yeah,
but he wanted me to come back. I was like, I'm pretty much done.
Man, I was working on someone's skull the other day and just crumbled. Yeah. Oh man, brain cancer.
But anyway, so
that's crazy.
Moving on. Sorry to keep you guys waiting, but you're going to listen because I laid my ass in bed for this for 2 months. So it showed no fracture. So she goes, and I said, Doc, I said, possibly this is a pinched nerve or something like that. Maybe it's the back. Okay. She goes, sends me to X-ray. We do lumbar, right? Mm-hmm. Lumbar X-ray. Radiologist says, lumbar looks good. Everything's fine.
You good?
You're good. I'm like, so now, guys, I'm hopeless. I'm like,
no, I mean, your spine was a little jacked up.
Yeah, a little bit, but I couldn't correlate I didn't have that sciatica thing where the nerve was going like down my butt and down my leg.
Had that, and it's the worst.
I had none of that.
No, not the worst, but yeah.
And in fact, that's what the chiropractor said. Well, sciatica. And I'm thinking, but I guess you can have sciatica, don't have the pain down your butt or
when I said Tuesday, early on when we were having shows and your back was hurting, I was like, oh man, it's the worst. It's because my sciatica acted up once, and I was like, the only way to describe it is like, imagine having toothache and cross your whole back and butt and legs.
Yeah,
but
so they give me hydrocodone. Give me 10 milligrams of hydrocodone 4 times a day. That's a lot, folks. It's a lot. But it helped. I mean, that was the only thing that got me through this pain. So now I'm looking, okay, it's not lumbar. So then again, I'm automatically thinking, okay, well, I give up. I'm thinking retiring. And I'm still kind of thinking about that as I get on to what's going on. Oh, that cat, shut up. But, so then she goes, all right, well, let's shoot an MRI of your back, your lumbar. And I said, well, I want you to include the thoracic. I said, because I've always kind of had problems with that. So finally got the MRI, had to wait a month and a half for that. Got that done. And then I think we're on to something. So now it's crazy because, right, your lumbar, the x-ray said as normal, right? So the report came back disc bulging at L3 through 4, L5 through S1, and severe stenosis bilaterally at L4 to L5. So when I say L, guys, that's lumbar, S is sacral. So my back was a little jacked up. Okay, then the pain went away again last week. I mean, just guys, I mean, like overnight, boom. Now, the funny thing is Dean, you guys remember military medium Dean?
great friend.
Yeah, he's been kind of talking to me about this through the whole time I'm laying in bed, and like, dude, I don't know what this is. And he goes, well, let
Trying
me
to get a read on it.
He goes, let me try to do a remote thing. And he goes, are you open to that? And I was like, I'm open to anything right now, you know. So the funny thing was Monday when it stopped hurting, I get this message from Dean. Hey, how's your back feeling? And I go, well, actually, man, I go, to be honest with you, I've had no pain today.
Wait, can I really fast? Because he texted me actually before that. Remember? I said, dude, I got this random message from Dean. And guys, on my end, just really fast, I'm in the throes of this huge transition as well. And so I was telling Cass, it was funny. I'm like in these business meetings and stuff. And then I'm like, wait, hang on a second, guys. I'm like, I got to take this. It's the military medium. And I'll like step out of the, and dude, I get his message and it says, hey man, just checked in on Keith's vibe, getting something off. Is everything okay? And then I'm like, yeah, I'll circle back to you. And then he hits you up and says, hey, how's your back?
Yeah, the vibe probably was
crazy,
depression.
Yeah,
because I was at the end of my rope.
But all in that succession with him, just checking in and doing was just nuts.
Yeah. So it stopped hurting. So I don't know what to say. So I've been actually about 2 weeks free of pain. Oh man, I'll share this with you guys too. So I thought, well, I'm going to stop taking my Lortab, you know, and so I just didn't think about tapering off. I just stopped taking it. Man, I got dope sick. I got the sweats. I got shaky. I got real feeling like I was crawling out of my skin. I was like telling Pam, I was like, what do I do? I said, I think I'm addicted to this. And I thought, great, I don't need this.
Add that to
the list. So she was saying, well, break it in half and take a half in the morning, half at night. And I was like, okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now God, man, I tell you what, guys, I understand addicts now. I mean, when someone has pain and and I don't have a problem. If that pain would have continued, I wouldn't have mind being a drug addict. I mean, if that's what it took for me to get out of that pain.
That's how out of you were not yourself at all. You had gotten to a point where literally being Keith was impossible, is what you're saying. Therefore,
absolutely,
that was the only way you felt like you could just be here.
It's the only and the one good thing about those kind of medications is they release dopamine, so it kind of makes you feel a little good,
right?
So when you're in despair, like I was, and I was totally depressed, and didn't know what was going to happen with my life.
Well, you and I had talked too, though. Like this whole experience was really a perspective,
right?
Kick in the ass.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to a spinal surgeon today.
Oh, that was today?
That was today.
Okay.
You don't even know the findings of this.
Holy!
Garrett hasn't heard this.
God bless. You're an alien. There was you had something.
There was a piece of metal that they found. They sent this piece of metal out today to 3 of the top mineral experts and one to NASA, and they don't know what it is.
It's incredible.
No, I'm just teasing.
That would be insane.
I'm just joking.
And I would be like, now we're on to something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, you're going to have to wait 18 months for that to get back.
Exactly. So no.
Okay, what is
there
that?
was not a, he looks at he goes, you know what? He goes, your back's not really all that messed up. He goes, he said, yeah. He goes, and I have that radiology report. And I go, well, what about that? And he goes, radiologists look at that stuff when they're looking for every little thing. And he said, so he goes, but where my thoracic came in, it was basically pretty normal. It was my lumbar. But he said, the culprit is your thoracic. It's not your lumbar. Because your lumbar is
son of a bitch.
And he said, so I think what's happening, because I told him, I said, Doc, I'm out of pain now. And he goes, well, and that could have been Dean. I totally believe in remote healing. So anyway, so I'm thinking, so then he kind of started, I'm messing with my mind a little bit, going, okay, so what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
And he said, I think what's happening is there's a disc that you do have that could be compressing on a nerve. And then after a little bit of, resting, laying on your back,
Yes.
it starts to open up and the releases the nerve and the pain. So he started talking to me about, when I don't want to do this, epidural shots. So he set me up with a pain management guy. And I'm not going to I'm going to go. And like I said, I that was the other thing about the hydrocodone and I wasn't on Oxy. And the funny thing is I'd watch Dope Sick on great show if you guys watch it, but it's a little, I see it both ways. If somebody's hurting, man, let them have the medicine. If they need that medicine the rest of their life and they're an addict, then so be it. The problem is the kid's getting it, crushing it, snorting it, right? But anyway, so God, I lost my train of thought.
No.
So anyway, so he was saying go on to the pain management doctor. So I'm going to go ahead and go.
See what they say.
Right, because it was like I said, 14 days between the time I was pain-free till it came back with a fury.
And we're right there.
And so right now at this point, although guys, I'm in zero pain right now. I feel great. And
you got a good energy about you too.
Oh my God, my endurance, guys.
No, but you got a good energy about you.
I have good energy, yes, but also my endurance laying in bed for 2 months was, walking down up the stairs, my heart's like one.
Yeah, you get back.
And today I got outside. Pam was nice. Pam was nice enough to
Pam was awesome.
A couple times going, let's get out of the house. I'm going to take you for a drive. And that was when I was still hurting. I was like, I had hurting in a curtain. Had to pop that pain pill, man, just to get in the car to drive. It was absolutely horrible. So anyway, I'm going to go. So where we're at is I'm going to go to a pain management doctor. If I'm not hurting, there's no need to get the epidural. So I'm going to tell him that. And then if this comes back, and let's pray it does not come back, let's pray this is over with.
Tons of positive energy.
Yeah. Send me tons of positive energy. I need it. Yeah. So hopefully I won't need this. I won't need the epidural. But almost made me wonder too, did Dean fix some stuff in my back or something? I don't know. Because he's like, well, no, it wouldn't have been, because it was before. I got that, I think, before Dean did his thing, is what it was. So they were, well, wait a minute. God, I don't remember. But anyway, I'm taking it for what it is, and hoping this pain doesn't come back. So I've been talking about my fear is going back to work, because I lift people every day. And sometimes I lift people who are 300 pounds. And it's, I think what happened is 27 years of my job or my career was lifting people. And I think it just took its toll. That's what I figured out. So my worst fear is, even the doctor said, hey, you can go back to work if you want to. He goes, it's up to you though. He goes, are you happy? He goes, do you like your job? And it's like, I'm burned out.
Yeah.
He goes, well, retire.
Yeah.
Or go back to work. Do what you want.
Easy for you to say, spine surgeon.
It is when because it's a big loss of income. And I don't think actually, Pam and I are going to get together on Sunday. We're going to look at all the bills. She wants me at home because I told, because I can do the laundry. I can do all the housework.
Tell him what I said.
What'd you say?
You're super creative and smart guy too. So it's 2023.
I know. But if I retire, I retire.
And dude, you're only 42.
Yeah, right. I don't think they believe that for a minute. But so anyway, so Pam and I are going to have a discussion whether I'm going to retire early or go ahead and continue working. I am a bit hesitant because even though I asked the doctor, I said, well, I have to transfer people. He goes, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. It's not your back.
Yeah.
But my fear is I go to work and re-injure it.
Boom.
And it's worse, or make things worse, or this pain comes back. But it's going to depend financially. So I'm asking $100 from everybody watching today.
100 million in total.
My goal is 100 million. Hey, thanks, Tara. Hey, Randy. Say some shout outs here.
I think we're gonna plan
Riffler.
a comeback like in like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, we're going to do
We're sure that this is good, that we can stay. Because I mean, dude, we did like 108 shows in a row. We like didn't take off ever.
What? Did we really?
Yeah, Keith.
108 in a row without taking off?
Dude, we took off like from time to time, like if I was out of town or something. But remember, we basically went every flipping week.
Yeah.
There would be times I'd be like, no, we have to do it. Remember?
Oh my God, Pat's in the.
Oh,
hey, Pat.
Man,
thanks for showing up.
I was hoping that he was coming on, and he sent us a message on Instagram. Hey, I've been inactive on Instagram, man. I've been doing a bunch of stuff on the other side of things. So
yeah. So anyway, the plan, guys, is
come back with a vengeance.
We're gonna take 4 weeks off. I want to make sure that this is over, because had it not been over, even taking the narcotics that I had to take, sitting in his chair was excruciating for me.
Man, but how cool is it? Like everybody that's been reaching out and like,
just you guys have been great.
Fam we got around us, our like guests that we've had on are so freaking awesome.
I know,
dude.
And guys, I know it's a Friday night, and
That's
man,
crazy,
I
know.
so appreciate you guys coming on. I really do. It means a lot to me.
We're having a family sleepover. That's how awesome.
Yeah, I've got Garrett, the wife, my daughter, and all the grandkids here. We're having a sleepover because I feel good.
Yeah.
And so first time we're gonna go swimming tomorrow, and I haven't been, dude. I haven't even been outdoors really, except for maybe 2 or 3. Well, maybe more than that, maybe 4 times.
Well,
but
luckily it's not 127 degrees either.
Oh my God, yeah, it was 107 degrees the other day. It's been in the upper hundreds, I call it.
Yeah, upper 100,
180.
Yeah, 180, 87.
No, like the hottest I got was 107. But
we've been good.
Oh, I won't peanut pull, I promise. Okie Rays, glad to have y'all back. Here, let's talk to you guys for a little bit. Glad to have y'all back. I was rear-ended 331.22. I had an epidural 6 weeks ago. Worked great until a week ago. I worked as a nurse for 10, so I understand. Yeah, Okie, thanks, man. That's what I was kind of wondering about the epidurals. How long does that last? If this pain comes back, I get the epidural. Can I, the thing is when you're still, I'm a therapist, so I'm constantly transferring people, retraining them. So that's the biggest fear is to re-injure this. It gets worse. And then I spend my retirement in pain, and I don't want to do that. And so I'm thinking real hard about maybe retiring, but again, I'm gonna have to look at the finances. I don't know if financially we can do it, but 6 weeks. Yeah. So man, it would that sucks. I feel bad for you. So it's like what, every 6 weeks you got to get a shot to feel great or feel better. That's, God bless you. I'll be thinking about you. So Okie Rays, thank you for that.
Isn't epidural what they give a lady when she's?
Yeah, but not quite. This is like, I mean, they're not going to numb me where I can't walk.
Well, no, I know, but like,
but
it's just like the same principle though.
Yeah, I guess if Okie Rays can, I mean, because the doctor didn't really explain it to me. He just said epidural. And I guess it's
like a cortisone shot or something, or?
No, I think that's more of numbing. I don't know if they go with a huge needle in your spine.
Well, I think you'll feel good about this, Okie. So I went ahead and reached out to Elon the other day. I sent him a message. Elon Musk.
Yeah, it all depends on the injury. Thank you.
Where I think he's gonna go ahead and get you in for some pre-testing to get a Neuralink. We're gonna Neuralink.
I tell you what, about 3 weeks ago, I would have been go ahead, just
go ahead, Elon.
It doesn't matter. I'm hurting. I don't care. Elon put something in my brain.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're gonna take 4 weeks off. He's got a lot of business stuff going on too. Actually,
it's nuts.
Not that it's a God thing. This happened at a good time because you were going through a bunch of business stuff. Not that it was good. I was hurting like that,
or that I was going through business stuff,
or that you were going through business stuff. Yeah,
it was like,
but it almost worked.
And I think like, well, one thing, we kind of got together. We really haven't seen each other, honestly.
I know.
Man, guys, honestly, this is crazy. We packed our bags like the last week of June, and we didn't unpack our bags until the second week of August.
Yeah.
Like we were gone. Remember, we were like forever. And so when we kind of reunited and started talking, it's always cool how we like our conversations come full circle though, right? Like we get to talk about perspective and some really deep stuff. So that's why I was like excited to even come on the air tonight. Cause I'm like, dude, Life after life's amazing.
Oh man,
I cannot believe how many hours we've sent into the universe of us just talking about crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
We love it, and people listen and
yeah,
talk
it's
with
fun.
us.
Yeah, I like our little intimate group we
It's
got.
incredible,
So
man.
yeah, it is. And again, thank you guys, and I appreciate all you guys showing up live. Thank you so much.
Seriously.
And for you guys who are watching us later, I appreciate you too.
For
Just
sure.
sticking with us. I think we lost a few people, and I get it. You know, hell, we haven't been on for 2 months.
And our rider dies.
But you know, those people that unsubscribed, hopefully they'll see we're back on.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, though, it's going to be another 4 weeks.
Well, hey, let me just say, I'll just mention this too, though. And we were really, really close, honestly, to getting the Tower Theater October 24th and having Dean McMurray, and we were building it out.
Until I ruined it.
No, well, that hey, I was obviously in my situation, it kind of derailed everything too, right? But that's definitely something that didn't go away. We just kind of put it on ice. And that's a fantastic thing that's going to happen definitely in the future. So life after life is going to be great, man.
I know about ice. I did that too. Ice packing. Heat.
Yeah.
Ice packing. Heat.
Ice and rice.
Ice and rice, man. But anyway, so guys, thank you so much. Tune in. Just kind of, I'll put stuff on Facebook to let you know when this next show is going to be for sure. And we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And sorry I had to sit through this long, drawn out story.
That was fun.
Yeah, but it was nice to get to see you guys again, talk with you.
Hey, can our like really tight knit group of like the family, can they be called lifers?
Yeah.
Our lifers.
Lifers. We love them.
All right.
Love them. But anyway, guys, good night to you. Thank you so much
Love
for
you
showing
guys.
up tonight. Love you.
Let's go eat some pizza.
And let's go eat some pizza. See ya.